Hey everybody, welcome back for another 5-minute tech tip. This time I'm going to be showing you a tool called Google Drawings. So you've probably used a lot of the other Google programs inside of the Google Suite, like Google Slides and Google Docs and Google Sheets. But this one is Google Drawings. So Google Drawings is essentially it's just a blank page where you can do anything you want on there. So you can maybe use it as like a whiteboard where you just do some maybe your teacher is giving you a math problem. You just want like a scratch pad to come here and actually do the work. You could use it for that. You could use it for I know a lot of art teachers are using this. You could actually make some pretty cool artwork inside of here. But I want to show you some of the basic features of this, so you can maybe open up some doors of how you could use this in your classes. So first of all, I will tell you in the bottom right-hand corner over here, you can see that there's a little, this is actually in the bottom right-hand corner. If you take this and you drag it, it resizes your page. So if your teacher tells you that they want a specific size for something, you can go ahead and you can reshape that. But if you're just using it for like essentially like a notebook, like a digital scratch pad, you can make it any size you want. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make it as wide as I can on my screen here. Okay, so right up here on your toolbar, you have a little button where it says line. So next to that, there's that little arrow. If I click there, I can do Scribble. So Scribble, basically what I can do here is I can actually go ahead, like I said, and you can just draw whatever you want. Okay, if you have a stylus, use a stylus. You could definitely use your finger as well. But let's say that your teacher gives you a math problem. So let's do 20 times 2 minus 5 equals y. Okay, so basically what you can do here is you can see, and I know it's tough for you to see, I am using my finger to do this, so I'm going to go ahead and I am going to solve this problem. Okay, and I want to show you something pretty sweet that we could do here. All right, so here's my problem. Now I'm going to go up and I'm going to use the select tool. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to highlight everything we see here. So let's say your teacher is giving you multiple problems. So I highlighted everything, and you can see that it selects it all. So when I'm using the Scribble tool and I actually write on here, every piece of that is its own individual thing that I could resize, right? So each mark that I make is a separate piece that if you make a simple mistake somewhere, you could actually just erase a couple of those pieces. Let me show you what I mean by that actually. So if I'm like, oh, this is not 40, although it is, right? But if I maybe made a mistake there, I could go ahead and I could just delete that and I could rewrite the answer there. And of course you have your undo and redo buttons here as well. Okay, so now let me show you what I was starting to do here. So I'm going to highlight everything and I'm going to resize this. And notice that it changes the size of everything that I just put there. So now if there's maybe a few questions that your teacher is giving you, you could, question number 1, put it up here. Okay, there we go, question number 1. And then you could actually do the exact same thing. So maybe you want to go on to question number 2, right? And again, you can just write directly on here. So 5 times 5 equals y, right? So then we can just go ahead and do the exact same thing. So once again, I go to the select tool, select everything, resize that, and then put it right up here next to this. Okay, so it's a little tricky to write small on here, right, to make those smaller marks. So it makes it really cool because you can use this entire pad and then highlight everything and just make it smaller, so you have all of your work conveniently on one page. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Now you can do some other things in here as well. So the text box is here. You would just go ahead and you can actually type inside of here if that's something that that's going to be helpful to you. All right, so just like all of the other Google products, you could just go ahead and insert a text box like you normally would. Okay, notice also that if I click there, that's when all of those features come up. So all of my formatting features are over here on the right hand side, and those are pretty much identical to what you would use in Google Slides, Google Docs as well. So you could change the size, color, make it bold, all that good stuff. Next to that, you do have your insert image. And once again, you could upload from your computer. You could search the web. If I search the web, it pulls up the Google Images search directly inside of here. So you don't have to go outside. And you could pull in whatever images that you would like. You would double click those and it pops in your picture. This is really cool for if you're doing some sort of project. Maybe you're doing a project about a specific topic that your teacher is assigning you. You could maybe find some images, put some. Maybe you're going to do a drawing yourself of this. Maybe you are going to put in a bulleted list of maybe a bunch of facts that you find online. You could put that all on one page. So there's a lot of possibilities here what you could do with a Google Drawing. Also notice if I click on anything, maybe we want to insert some links. So you want people, if this is going to be a presentation that you're turning into your teacher, you want to insert some links to tell them where you got your information. To do that, I would click on an image or text. And notice right up here, there's a link button. If I do insert link, it pops this down here, and you would just type in the link, the web address of wherever you found that. Okay. That is essentially, these are the basics of how to use Google Drawings. It is, like I said, very similar to what you would use with the other Google products that you've most likely used before. But this is a cool tool to use the Scribble feature. So if you're really looking for an interactive, like a whiteboard or something to show your work with, Google Drawings actually works out really nicely. Okay, I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks so much.